that means the greatest woman of all time.
Look at how nice I had this bagged up. I bought these bags off of Amazon. These are good bags.
Wow.
And I packed it so nicely. Hats in one, sneakers in one, jackets in one. I did everything. So it's waiting here. I cleared out this whole area. Everything. Look, this has been here since last year.
I said, how old are you? He thought he was saying something. He said, 38. I said, you too young, boy. You too young, my nigga. You smell like Similac, my boy.
Now, y'all know I'm not the biggest person on makeup, but what did he do?
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Boxingego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. So, rapper Remy Ma came out swinging. This is her ex, Papoose, and boxer Claressa Shields while hopping on a Bronx BX remix to a French Montana and Max B song. It's getting ugly. This is the bad news. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I guess it's good news for New Yorkers, but bad news for one New Yorker, Papoose, and his girlfriend, Claressa Shields. As I mentioned, a brand new song just hit the airwaves yesterday, and Remy Ma hopped on a remix to a song with Max B and French Montana, right? The song is currently blowing up. You have, and I'll just give you guys an idea, rundown. You got content creators like this guy, all right? And he's doing a reaction to it, right? You got videos all up and down social media advertising this brand new song that just came out. We'll go through some more. Again, you got people reacting to it, like this dude, content creators, giving a reaction, having a good time. And the thing about it is really, look, French Montana, he being interviewed by the news, right? Let's keep going. Big pages, Complex magazine, right? Behind the scenes footage, New York Post City Life. Let's keep going. Everybody posting this song. This is Pele because they're wearing custom jackets from Pele, including Remy Ma, which we'll get into. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video. I will kind of go over some of the lyrics, right? Having a good time. New York Knicks in the finals. They're doing well, right? Remy Ma was spitting. Everybody's talking about it. Full videos on the YouTube and so on and so forth. So the bad news is for Claressa Shields. Look, another popular reaction channel and content creator. Listening, everybody's hearing it. So she's dissing you and Papoose, you being Claressa, right? And you seen he was rocking with it. So the bad news for them, these two on screen. Papoose, that's your ex. Claressa Shields, that's your rival. And Remy Ma was snapping. I told you, before I was doing this, I was making music and doing rap, filming videos, editing videos. I dabble in a bit of everything, right? And Remy Ma was gassing. She came straight with the bars. And let's get into what she had to say. Now, keep in mind, Remy has a female voice, but it's a little gravelly, a little bit gritty. You can hear that New York in her. So, verse 1, first on the mic to set it all off is Remy Ma. She said, "This New York City, French Max B Remy," right? Always the one, never the two. Told him find something stupid to play with. He picked you. Since I've been gone, it's so crazy. I put a do-rag on and got wavy, right? Now, in case you don't know how to break down bars, that stanza was to Papoose and Claressa Shields, right? So this is just the opener. This New York City, French, Max, B, Remy, that's the features on the song. But right here is where it gets funky. She said, I'm always the one, never the two. Told him find something stupid to play with. He picked you. Yeah. Right? So anybody following the story truly believes this was aimed at none other than Claressa Shields. Because Remy warned Claressa Shields about Papoose because that was her ex before it was Claressa Shields' man, right? The other complication with this situation that Claressa has received a lot of flack for is Remy and Papoose are still on paper married. Even if they've moved on or they cheated, they are still married to one another. So this relationship, in my opinion, has pretty much been doomed from the start, because you don't get involved in somebody unless they got a clean break. I wouldn't recommend it, because you got to think of a relationship like a flower, right? If you had a flower, you would want for that flower to, like, we're talking about the seed. We'll start with the seed, right? Before it even blossoms to a flower. You want that flower to grow. You would take care of the seeds. You would do the research, see if it needs direct sunlight, see how many times you have to water it, see how you have to feed it, keep the area clean, keep insects out, all of these things. So this crop or this plant or whatever flower can blossom and grow, right? So a relationship's the same way. You got to nurture it. You need the direct sunlight. That could be attention. It's just an analogy. So with that being said, I was always taught never to really start something really off on a bad foot, because the beginning, the inception of your relationship is already like starting on a broken foundation. Would you build a house on top of a broken foundation? So if the man is married, he's married, and it's not advisable that you, especially publicly as a celebrity figure, probably pursue that, or at least don't come out in public. But nonetheless, Remy tried to warn her, and now here we are. Now they got this jingle, they got this radio bop, everybody dancing. The timing is crazy because they're all New Yorkers on the track, dissing a New Yorker and his girlfriend, Papoose and Claressa, right? And the atmosphere is crazy because the Knicks, for the first time in about 27 years, they've made it to the finals. They're used to guys like Michael Jordan, dashing their dreams. And now all of New York, well, most of it, Fat Joe, Ben Stiller, Timothy Chalamet, right? A$AP Rocky, Remy, all of these people, French Montana, all of the premier New York names, from actors to rappers to singers, J-Lo, they're all kind of unified, rooting for the Knicks to try to win a ship, right? So given that the energy is crazy in New York, for those who don't watch sports, the energy is already crazy just based on the finals, and they're up 2-0. So when you see French Montana and three New York artists, three New Yorkers, come out with a bop, it looks like a block party. They got the Pele Pele, which is real, like Eniche and Pele Pele. That's all like Averex. That's all kind of popularized in New York, East Coast, I want to say, right? Then you're wearing Knicks colors. It just, everything feels right. And the odd people out, Claressa Shields and Papoose. So brilliant chess move, in my opinion, by Remy to even get involved with this. You had to get that off your chest. You had something to say. You came out and you weren't playing no games. Now, the end of the verse, because I already talked about the beginning where she said, I'm always the one, never the two. I told him, find something stupid to play with, and he chose you. So she's basically calling Claressa Shields stupid, right? So that knowing what we know about Claressa Shields, that's going to sting, right? But at the close, she did it like an interpolation of Jay-Z and said, both in the club high singing off key, like, come pick up your clothes, right? Now, again, some people may not understand it. They may not get it. If you haven't been following this story, you won't. Pump your brakes. Boxingego, I got you. Again, Remy Ma was with Papoose. They were a celebrity couple, 2 rappers from New York for a long time. She went to prison, did a bid. He like held her down from the outside, would check in and visit, make sure she was cool. When she got out, they reunited. They were also on shows like Love and Hip Hop. But for whatever reason, in the end, they grew apart after she got out. Allegedly, there was some cheating involved, I think, on both sides. So they went their separate ways. But they are still technically married because the paperwork hasn't been, submitted or whatever. So, again, back to come pick up your clothes. Everybody following the story, they know she is talking about Papoose because she came out and said it when they first broke up. There was a series of videos when they first, when it was kind of public, and then it came out that Claressa was with Papoose. She warned Claressa, and she kind of started airing out Papoose. Like, if you don't leave me alone, or if you're talking bad about me, or Claressa Shields talking bad about me, then I'm really going to expose you. But she let little things go. Like, I don't want nothing from you. I don't want to be with you. All I want is my jewelry. You're not taking anything that I bought, like this $1 million house, right? And matter of fact, come pick up your clothes. That's what she said. So this is Remy Ma again when they first had broke up and it got public and it was getting messy. They're at each other's throats. Play the clip.
Married at 27 years old, he's not the same person that he was when he got married at 29. Okay? He's not. And that's okay. But you do not have to sit here and try to, bash me every chance. And it don't even be bash me. Let me not even say that. You say nothing and see where the narrative is, because that was what my issue was before. Like, you see how these is out here that that's not what's up. Why don't you say something? Oh, just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Look where that got. Now everybody think I'm crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. And you're a user. And you over there playing with that girl. You over there playing with her. If I thought she would.
You heard it. So Remy Ma, from the beginning, accused Papoose of being a user and using Claressa Shields. Now, the craziest thing about the internet, the craziest thing about situations like this is somebody can tell you something and you'd be like, yeah, whatever. Like, let's say you're about to go hike through a forest and then somebody's like, I've been through that forest. Do not stay there after 8 p.m. because it gets dark. There's wolves, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, yeah, I got this, blah, blah, blah. And you don't heed the warning. After you go through it, in hindsight, you could go back, look back, and be like, dag, they were right. I should have listened. And in real time, people judge this however they want. But now, when you look back at it, I don't know. It's looking like Remy Ma was cooking, because what she said back then, you have a lot of boxing fans that are looking at Claressa like he's taking advantage and using you. You have Claressa's ex-friend, Nigeria, who was saying that she had to front the bill for Aruba and she had to pay for everything. And Papoose is getting a free meal ticket And that's why he's going to these spots. And what I noticed is a lot of times it looks like they live separately, right? Like it looks like she lives in Georgia or Atlanta or whatever, and he's in New York, right? So kind of a long distance thing, right? They don't live under the same roof. That's what it appears to me. But in addition to that, I feel like, and I've already said this on record, in my opinion, you only really see them together when it's something that's like almost brag-worthy, like braggadocious, right? Like, oh, Claressa at the Museum of Natural History or whatever. He'll go to something like that, like an accolade. Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano, LA. So that, like, if she in fact is paying, it's a free trip to LA, free room and board, free meals, get to go watch a fight for free. You know what I mean? And that's what people are saying, right? Aruba, free massage, free food, free trial. You know what I mean? If that is in fact the case, then Remy was cooking. And that's what a lot of people believe.
Would believe it and would listen or even care. Because anytime somebody gonna say like, yeah, they told me what the situation was and I accepted it. Cool. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Could you please ask him? Because he keeps saying he doesn't have any clothes, but he doesn't really have to come over here and get them. I literally have. I'm so great. I'm so nice. Look how nice I had this bagged up. I bought these bags off of Amazon. These are good bags.
Wow.
And I packed it so nicely. Hats in one, sneakers in one, jackets in one. I did everything. So it's waiting here. I cleared out this whole area. Everything. Look, this has been here since last year. Like,
I don't think y'all understand the magnitude of how bad that looks. I don't think y'all see how bad that looks. So again, you have an ex who put Papoose on blast, said, I didn't just toss his clothes, in the trash or throw them in the lawn. Like some women would have probably did that. They'll just throw your stuff anywhere, right? You know what I mean? Just toss it and you deal with it because this is my house, right? She says she bought bags from Amazon. She was like, these are some good bags, right? And neatly package his clothing, right? And she said she did it a year ago because I guess this has been going on for a while. And for whatever reason, they have a kid together or kids. I don't know how many kids, but at least one. And she packaged all his stuff together and he never came in and picked it up, right? And the interview was literally a year ago. Or it's not even an interview. It was an Instagram live. Literally, as of me recording the video, it was a year ago. It was like May 22nd, right? And we're in June. So it was over a year, right? Where all this stuff transpired. As of that video, which came out May of last year, she said she packed his stuff up a year ago and is just sitting in her house. And he refuses to pick it up. Man, oh man. And then now in 2026, the Knicks are in the finals and she's doing a song and those were the lyrics. Both in the club high singing off key, like, come pick up your clothes. Wow. This is an embarrassment, bro. And this is why I recommended, from my perspective, not getting involved with a married man. Even though they don't live together or whatever the case is, this is ugly. And as a celebrity, especially, like, it's one thing when people have this type of drama, but nobody knows them. Like only maybe coworkers at your job know. That's whatever. you're a celebrity. Claressa Shields is calling herself the GWOAT. That means the greatest woman of all time. And you have the wife. She keep destroying y'all on wax, right? She already did the other song on the radio freestyle. Dropped that. No response from Papoose. No response from Claressa Shields. People have rumored that Papoose has made Claressa sign some kind of NDA. So how is that fair? If that NDA business is true, which I don't know, but that's what is being rumored. So if that's true, Remy keep dissing y'all, and then you put a muzzle on her. Claressa's supposed to be a rapper. So I would hate to have my hands tied where I'm a musician and a rapper myself, and then I've been sworn to secrecy or whatever through an NDA, and I can't respond how I want to respond. I got to just get beat up lyrically. And then this girl's talking about pick up your clothes on wax, and everybody knew exactly who she was talking about. So according to Remy, it's been a long while and the man still ain't picked up his clothes. And I think that looks weird also from a couple perspective of, if you have moved on and Claressa keeps saying, oh, Pap wants to have my baby. Oh, Pap want to settle down. Oh, he want to get married. But then Papoose go on Vlad TV and Vlad asked him directly, did you give her a ring? And he was like, no, we might have given each other gifts, but a ring? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So let me get this straight. A year ago, Remy did this video, said you're using that girl, right? And what you're doing is wrong. You got an older man, 48-year-old Papoose, and a 31-year-old girl who acts even younger, in my opinion, right? But 31, so there's an age gap. She also was saying that his money ain't right, he gambles, he's in debt, blah, blah, blah. I packed up his clothes, he won't get it. The man has a tattoo on his forearm of his wife, Remy Ma. It's a big Remy Martin bottle with Remy's face, like a portrait on the bottle of the wife's face, Remy Ma. So let me get this straight. A year ago, she said you were using the girl. Early on, she leaked text messages where she believes that he didn't really like her, right? Said he won't pick up his stuff. She claims he won't sign the proper paperwork, and she's been trying to call his lawyer and get it hashed out. What person would want to be in a relationship where as a celebrity at that, all their information is being put on blast, and then you have an ex who's still a current wife until the divorce decree, right? And then she's saying he won't complete his portion of the divorce. He won't pick up his clothes. He won't laser remove the tattoo. How bad does that make you look? I want to hear from the women in the comment section if you would be okay with that. Being with the guy who's with you now while this is going on. And then also being sworn to secrecy potentially through an NDA. The whole situation is bad. And for that reason, all this stuff is hurting the career. You know, at one point people were saying Remy Ma's career was hurt too, but she's bouncing back nicely. She got a radio song with French Montana and Max B. Everyone seems to be liking it, right? And then a lot of what she said about Papoose.
I'm so great. I'm so nice. Look how nice I had this bagged up. I bought these bags off of Amazon. These are good bags.
Wow.
And I packed it so nicely. Hats in one, sneakers in one, jackets in one. I did everything. So it's waiting here. I cleared out this whole area. Everything. Look, this has been here since last year. Like, I'm not stuck. Nobody, there's no hold up. Any hold up is on that side. Nobody took anything from me. Nobody took nothing from me. Nobody owes me nothing. I'm not angry at anybody. Like, I just want, stop lying. Stop lying. And stop making it seem like I'm stopping things and I'm holding things. I'm good. I've been good for a really long time.
This is embarrassing. Like, I don't understand who would even consider putting up with that. Like, being with a partner and then you're still somewhat connected to your ex because things haven't been officially resolved. And then Claressa Shields is up here posting all these vacation photos like, oh, daddy told me to sit on the lap, and oh, he loves me so much. She's going on everybody's podcast saying he wants to have her kid. Then she's pushing the date back. 1 minute she says when she's 30, then she said 31. Now it might be 32. 1 minute is 2025, then 2026. Now it's 2027. And people have been telling Shields, pay attention, keep your head on the swivel, so to speak. And it doesn't really seem to have worked. Remy Ma, I felt like Claressa Shields was acting like she was jealous, like she wanted Papoose back. But from what I know about women, I feel like women emotionally leave before they physically leave, right? That's how it typically works in my experience with women, right? A woman's going to leave emotionally before she leaves in the physical, meaning she was already done with the relationship in her mind for quite some time. And then all the physical manifestations of that come later, right? And some women even start lining up your replacement. Like, keep it cool. I mean, I don't know. Some people would just cheat, but some people also like line them up in terms of like be in the DM, talking to the person, talking to somebody else, but keeping it, not crossing any lines. But then if things don't work out with the main guy, now they already have that's why you see when people have rebound relationships so quick, you're like, dang, how did that happen? They just broke up. Or if it happened to you, you're like, man, we just broke up. How is she already with somebody else? That's how. She was upset probably for a minute, and she had been either cheating or lining up your replacement because things weren't working. That's how it works, at least in my experience and what I've seen. And another thing, I don't think women typically, if they still want you, they usually find reasons to, like, I had an ex one time, and this is back in the day. So she was like, oh, I left my CDs in your car. So it was like a forced way that we had to interact because I had to give her CD booklet back, right? When women still want you, they'll still text you, or they'll find little sneaky ways, or if they know you go to the gym at this time, they're going to go at that time because they want to bump into you. That's what I've noticed about women. You know what I mean? Is find little, backdoor, sneaky ways to run into you at the grocery store. They know you go right after the gym, or, they know your schedule, things like that. What she just did, it don't really feel like that. A year ago, when she did this video, she had all his stuff packed up. So that means she just told you, I bought these nice bags from Amazon. I neatly put all your stuff in there. I organized it, and it's sitting, waiting for you to pick it up, because I'm not going to disrespect it. I'm not going to do like waiting to exhale and throw it in the car and burn it. It's your stuff. I don't want anything from you. You're free to go. You're free to move on, but you're playing with that girl. And she tried to warn Claressa Shields. Shields was like, no, you want him back, and that type of attitude. And here we are. A year later, the Knicks in the playoff, Papoose is doing videos in his car, and in some room, it don't look like he lives with Claressa Shields from the outside looking in, and Remy is looking real right. That's what it is. This old video is aging like fine wine.
And the only reason why that shit ain't out, because I feel like when people start talking like, oh, you took all my personal belongings and disposed of them in a manner without telling me and giving me ample time to retrieve them, that's giving police lawyer talk. I'm not paying for whatever's supposed to be in them bags. No, no, no. Here they go. They right here. Here they.
Hey, she kind of smart. She was like, the reason why I didn't just get this stuff up, haul off and destroy your stuff or throw it in the trash bin is because that's like you talking to 12. That's like police talk. Because if I get rid of it, you can file a police report, talk about, man, I had a leather jacket. It was worth $10,000. And then now you could get some money out of him. She was like, nah. We're not doing that. His stuff is right here. He can pick it up. It's documented. Here's the video. Smart. Remy's smart for that.
No. Stop it. In other news, I'm dropping, I think a battle drops on Chrome 23 tonight.
This is what Claressa Shields got involved with, though.
Am I in a coma? Like, people literally be on YouTube just making up stories about anything. And
I don't do that. I don't get on YouTube and make stories. I'm showing you the receipts. Y'all know I ain't part of that. I don't know who's making up the stories she was talking about, but some people maybe.
Tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of views. I don't like that. That's not cool. I'm not. What the f am I still over here trying to be nice and hide people and hide their secrets and this when they out here doing more to try to make me look crazy?
She not feeling it.
That go get my jewelry out the pawn shop right now. If I post the pawn shop receipts, yes, I said it.
Wow, she said Papoose pawned her jewelry.
Yes, I say John. I say head. What else do I be saying? What else y'all be saying? Oh, my shit on a beam. Nut ass. That ass. I moving out weird. Wearing a bunch of free promo clothes. Come get your clothes. And stop trying to have a reason to come over here. Come get that. Like what? Ain't nobody stopping nothing. Nothing. Poos. Fucking play with me.
Again, calling them PAWNPOOSE. Wow. Claressa Shields, this is not a good look. You got Remy out here literally winning. Putting out new radio singles. Her old video where she was talking about him being with Claressa early on. She said he was using her. All of this is not looking good. Not looking good at all. I don't know. And as I mentioned, Remy Ma also got a movie coming out. Make sure you check it on Lifetime. Lifetime original movie, Don't Trust the Girls Upstairs. Now, I don't really know what's going on with Lifetime at all, but that seemed almost a bit weird. The movie, okay, anybody following the story, you'll know that the internet made a meme of Claressa Shields saying Papoose upstairs, right? And we already know she's beefing with Remy Ma, that whole situation, right? The disses. We know these things, right? And then now she has a movie called Don't Trust the Girl Upstairs. And Remy is on record saying that Claressa was acting cool to her, getting advice in her DM, only to then take her husband and like run around with him. I find that extremely weird. that the movie is called that. This is a Lifetime movie. Then the other thing I noticed, I don't know if Lifetime is playing games or what their inspiration is. Matt Barnes is in the Lifetime movie, and look what it's called. Thou shall not commit adultery. This is exactly like, almost like these two things are exactly what people are saying Claressa is involved with. They said she's a mistress, an adulterer. She's in an adulterous relationship with Papoose. So I don't know what's going on. You guys let me know in the comment section. But I'm always weary when I see something that's almost like too coincidental. Like, okay, I seen the Remy Ma movie, Don't Trust the Girls Upstairs, when the whole Claressa and Pap upstairs, and then now you're with Papoose and all that is going on. And I'm like, man, what a coincidence. But then now there's another Lifetime movie, Thou Shall Not Commit Adultery. Shall not commit adultery. And this is exactly like, I don't know. Maybe it's life imitates art and art imitates life or whatever. But that came across the desk and I had to mention it in this video. Very weird that these movie titles are almost analogous to everything Claressa Shields is going through or the internet is saying about Claressa. Now, after Remy called him PAWNPOOSE, she said this about Claressa.
Nothing. Poos.
Right here.
Play with me. I asked you nicely. So, yo, could you just tell her to stop? But you know what you told me? I can't control her. That was the problem.
Again, what did Remy Ma say that, in all honesty, hasn't aged finely and aged like fine wine? She said Claressa was dissing me and I asked him nicely, like basically control your new girl, right? Calm her down or something. Tell her to leave me alone and stop dissing me. And she said, I asked him nicely, and Papoose said, I can't control her. One of the number one problem, that's why it's always good for Boxingego to give his transformative commentary and revisit the situation in these videos. Because now, here's the thing, this is how, we're not soothsayers, right? So a year ago, when she's saying this, we didn't know what would happen, what the future would hold. I'm not Miss Cleo, right? Dionne Warwick, right? So in real time, you can hear it, and then people pick sides. They're like, Remy's probably jealous or lying. And it's easy to say these things. But then when you go back and revisit them, which is what we're doing here, you have no choice but to admit a lot of the talking points are looking true to what we're seeing present day, right? She said, PAWNPOOSE, he pawned my jewelry. I have the pawn shop receipts. Later on, more recently, Claressa's ex-best friend said he bought her a purse, an Indian gifted it, and took it to a pawn shop or something, and she had to rebuy it on her own dime. And it was a Chanel or Coach purse or whatever, right? So all of these things are just coincidences. Remy said he likes to gamble. Remy said he likes to go to the pawn shop. And then later on, allegedly, according to an ex-friend of Claressa's who was cool with her for 11 years, she's claiming that Papoose bought a gift for Claressa and then took it back and sold it or pawned it or whatever he did. A year later, the girl is rapping about this man won't pick up his clothes. Like, it's been, at the time she did the video a year ago, she said the clothes have been there about a year. So in 2 years or whatever it's been since they broke up, Papoose still won't pick up his clothes. But then he's on DJ Vlad and he was like, Claressa has her places of residence. And you know me, I'm decked out. I got my places of residences. So what man has several places of residence, right? So multiple housing, developments or houses or apartments or townhouses or brownstones or whatever, right? You got multiple residences, but then for 2 years, you can't pick up your clothes, right? Or say, hey, I got all new drip. I got all new clothes. Those don't fit me no more. You could toss it. You could take it to the Salvation Army. You could take it to the Goodwill. So this whole situation looks terrible for any celebrity because it looks like there's a detachment issue where are you really willing to move on? Be real with yourself. A guy that got, and I heard he got another Remy tattoo on his other arm, but he got a big Remy tattoo on his forearm, which you can see visible in pictures with Claressa Shields. Video on that on the channel. Make sure you check it. All right. Won't get that covered up and lasered off or whatever. Claressa's claiming she has so much money. Why don't you help him get that off then? And then she's also claiming Claressa's like, he got his own money and he's the richest guy I've ever been with. And he buys all my flights, all my hotels, my car note, my car insurance. I don't know when the last time I bought a hotel or flight. So it looks like you're covering for him because Remy said something totally different and she was with him a lot longer, right? So the question that the public has is this girl who's actually married to him and actually lived with him, meaning if one of them, God forbid, got in a car crash and they were in a coma, based on them being married, that person would have the power of attorney and they could pull the plug on life support. Claressa is just a girlfriend, right? So she wouldn't have that type of power, that say-so power. She couldn't veto nothing. She couldn't pull the plug. She couldn't keep the person on. You don't have those rights when you're not married, right? So it would defer to kin or something, right? So are we to believe the wife who actually was married, that he actually like committed to and did give a ring? Not what he said to Vlad of, oh, we gave each other gifts, but a ring? Absolutely not. Right? Y'all let me know in the comment section. But as this story unfolds, it's not looking good for Claressa Shields. And mind you, Claressa already got petitions, people saying her license should get revoked, people opening investigations on her or trying to. There's a website, cancelclaressa.com, right? Based on her actions, her pushing or slapping Alicia Baumgardner. And then now you have all this mess. You have cousins mad at you. You got ex-friends doing tell-alls, leaking old text messages. Again, Remy's putting out new singles that will get radio spins, catchy beat, catchy jingle, Max B fresh out, French Montana know how to get on the radio, you know what I mean? His song with what's that one song? That Unforgettable song with Sway Lee. That song is like globally recognized, and if you look on online, the amount of views is crazy on that video. See, I'm going to show y'all. A lot of y'all have never even seen this on YouTube, right? So Unforgettable, Sway Lee, and French Montana. This song is so popular. Watch this. Watch this. So this is who Remy did a song with. French Montana featuring Sway Lee. Watch this. How many of y'all have seen that? Almost 2 billion. You see it has a B next to it? That's for billion, right? You don't really see that much on YouTube video. You do maybe in India and certain countries, but in America, you don't see a lot of American artists got any. I'm talking about even Chris Brown. He got popular songs or whatever that aren't touching a billion. Do you know how many people that is? Not a million, a billion. This did a billion because it was popular in Africa and different places, right? Morocco and all, you know what I mean? So yeah, she teamed up with him. Again, he knows radio hits, and Claressa Shields is with somebody that a lot of people feel she has to cover for Only she knows if she's buying all this stuff for him. But why would you crash your career out like this? Again, I challenge anybody. Name what good has come of Claressa's career since she got with Papoose and signed with Win Records. And then Win Records and Salida, they act like they just ignore everything. Like, hey, we'll just let her do whatever and act crazy and pretend it don't exist. And then they only speak up when it's something good. Claressa's in the museum for this, or BT has her as a nominee for Sportswoman of the Year. I personally highly doubt that Claressa will win. You just slapped a girl. How do you even get nominated for that? Right? How are you going to get an award after you just slap somebody? What type of sportswoman is that you're supposed to be about building the sport, building and female empowerment, and you're hitting Alicia Baumgardner? Then you're going on social media talking about get your lick back. You think you tough. I'm from Flint. I'll do it again type of attitude, bragging about your work. I mean, it's looking crazy. And with these Remy tapes now resurfacing, it's looking a whole lot crazier.
You thought you can't, like me, I'm a chill. Like, I'm a chill. Bull. I don't really say that one that much, unless I'm talking about something specific. But, like, what y'all talking about? I'm like, what? Y'all crazy. Stop. I don't really say that. But you know what you told me? I can't control her.
I can't control Claressa Shields. Fast forward to the future, does it look like Papoose can control her? You couldn't control her when you were right there with her and she hauled off and hit Baumgardner. You couldn't control her from posting that makeup video that everybody kind of laughed at. And then you couldn't control her from going live thereafter and explaining the makeup video. So everything Remy was saying, if you revisit it, is not looking way off the mark, right? Not looking way off the mark at all. And I know the lyrics must hit home. Never the one. What did she say? Always the one, never the two. And then people have even alleged that Papoose might be messing with other people. These are just rumors, so we don't know. But only Claressa knows certain portions of what's going on. But I just feel like since they got together, Claressa's career has seen a downtrend, as has Papoose. While we'll see if Claressa goes to the Knicks game, right? Because now suddenly a person from Flint, Michigan is suddenly a Knicks fan. And she's like, go Knicks, because your man is a Knicks fan in Brooklyn. Now, I never understood when people do that. Like, of course, you can support your person, but I'm a 49ers fan. I'm from the Bay Area. If I date a girl from Seattle, I'm not going to root for the Seattle Seahawks because that's what's wrong with Claressa, in my opinion. I don't think she has a true identity. I think she tries to mask insecurity and she tries to feign a confidence and exude this ultimate confidence. I think she's confident in boxing, but a lot of the stuff outside of boxing, I don't believe it to be true. That's why you don't have an identity. You start dressing in a certain way and people looked at it like, wait, you dressing like Remy. Remy had a fit very similar to that. And then it was only then that Claressa Shields seemingly changed her style, her fashion sense. And ever since she did that, because people were saying she dressing like Remy, the blogs have been making fun of her fashion. The people in the comment section, when she wore that purple outfit, they've been making fun of it. So your best look was copying Remy. That's what it looks like. That was your best look. Your best look was when it looked like you were trying to dress like somebody else, right? You hear Claressa, she's from Flint, but because you have a Brooklyn boyfriend, she's trying to use New York jargon at times. I pay attention, right? She's trying to be like, yo, dead ass, and like talk like she a New Yorker. Very weird. And I feel like people who try to like copycat so much and copy, that's like weird energy, because it's like, who are you? I could date a girl from New York. Sure, like maybe there's certain things, like your humor might be similar, but I'm not going to start talking with her accent. You know, what if you date someone from the UK? You're just going to be like, oh, mate, cheerio. Have a nice, you know, tea and crumpet. Like, it doesn't make sense. Be yourself. Be yourself. Even in the video where she was talking about the makeup, Claressa Shields, she was like, are you dumb? That's a known Remy Ma tagline. There's like countless videos. I already made the video on it, right? Countless videos where Remy Ma says, are you dumb? And then you're copying it. So Claressa is just being seen in such a negative light. And this is bad for a boxer. It's distracting. You're claiming you have an upcoming fight, but you got all this baggage. People coming to get you, people dissing you, Remy dissing you. This don't really look conducive of a person to have an upcoming fight. You know, you got to lock down as a boxer and get in training camp. Things like that. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new. But even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast. And you out here seemingly catching L's left and right. Now, finally, I didn't want to spend too much time on this, but her ex-best friend, the day Remy Ma put out her video, put this video out, and she's wearing boxing gloves on her shirt. So there's probably some hidden message there, like a message to Claressa. Just like Remy Ma's video with the dangling mic in the middle of the street, she got that kind of thing going, right? And look where she's at. She's on Claressa Shields Street. So she's in Flint, Michigan, while you're in Aruba, while your grandma is in hospice, and she's on your block, the street that was named after you, right? On your street, on a Remy Ma beat, the conceited beat, dissing you. Like, this is unbelievable stuff. She's literally dissing you on your street. You got dissed by 2 rap women, and then her name's Nia the Goat, right? And then she said that, I think she said, or I'm saying, her name was Nia the Goat. Claressa stole her name, pretty much. Ressa the Goat. You used to be called T-Rex. This is you. Jurassic Park, right? But again, for me, I feel like Claressa is always copying people, right? Nia the Goat, and now you're Claressa the Goat, and now you rap. The girl did an interview, said she wasn't even rapping like that before. She just started rapping 2022 or 2024 or whatever it was. And then now you cut her from your team off a man, and she on your block dissing you. You got dissed by 2 different women who have nothing to do with each other on the same day. Things are not looking great for Claressa Shields. Now, the reason why I didn't spend as much time talking about the Nia the Goat situation is because I feel like her being close to Claressa initially. She's putting out stuff now because you got booted from the team for whatever reason. So you have to be cautious of what witnesses you bring to the stand. And some of those text messages implicate her as well. So some of the people connected to Claressa, like directly, they're so messy that I don't know what's credible from them, because she'll post a tweet like, I'm going to expose Claressa. And then she'll be like, I'm crying. I don't want to expose her. I lost my best friend. So it's like, she's like almost in between and torn. I thought she wasn't even going to put this out because she was teasing it. But then the day Remy drops it, she pretty much drops it. So for me, the people connected like from Flint, they're all kind of very similar, all kind of ratchet, all kind of messy. She was twerking with a baby in the ring. You guys are going back and forth. So I feel like you were in cahoots at times. And then now it's like almost like an informant. You had no problem doing the same dirt as the other people, but then when they kicked you out the group or something, now then you went to the cops and be like, oh, I'll help y'all out. So you know what I mean? I didn't want to spend too much time because, again, she's all over the place. 1 minute she's like willing to tell, then she acts like she's holding back, then she acts like she wants to put the diss out, then she won't, then she does it anyway. And I don't really know her angle, so to speak. She'll be like, Nia the GOAT or whatever will be like, oh, I'm not in it for the money, but then they're saying she's going to get evicted. And she was like, I don't care about doing interviews for money. It's not about that. But then she's like, go to my YouTube and hurry up and subscribe. Why do you want people to subscribe to your YouTube if you don't care about the money? Because you get to a certain subscribers, then you can monetize. So it's like, I can't trust when people are all over the place like that. I feel like men especially, but also women, they got to be congruent with what they say. Either you're going to put the diss out or you're not. Either you're comfortable sharing your experience with Claressa or you're not. It's just a whole lot of teasing and a lot of pump faking and that kind of thing. So for that reason, I can't really spend too much time on like that hearsay until we know what is your angle for real. You know what I mean? Like, why you're dissing her, but you were going along with the program when you were a part of it. 1 minute it seemed like Papoose is the reason she's like this. Then certain things you say don't sound bad. Then there's allegedly an NDA. It's just everybody involved with Claressa. It's just too much going on. It's too messy, too all over the place, and you don't really know their true intent. You know what I mean? That's how I truly feel. But back to Remy Ma, she did her thing. Let me know in the comment section. Check out the song. Let me know what you think. I thought she was snapping. Good song, good little hit, especially with the Knicks in the finals. Hype my video up. Let me know if this is a bad look for Claressa. When will Claressa Shields respond? She's been dissed at least 2 times by Remy on record. They're both nominated for BET Awards. Will Claressa, who's supposed to be a singer, supposed to be a rapper, will she ever respond on wax? Papoose claims he was Remy Ma's ghostwriter, and she said in the last diss, he claiming that they ghost wrote my hits the whole time, your whole career you ain't ghost wrote ish or something like that, right? So if Papoose is the mastermind, surely you're not together. Surely he's not going to pen a verse dissing himself. So if you were claiming to be her pen, then how does she keep coming up with songs that are dope dissing you? It don't even make sense. You see what I'm saying? Like Drake, we know Drake had a ghostwriter, and the songs he was coming out with then, you might just get hit with the Rico. That was doper than the Iceman stuff. So yeah, Quentin Miller's not working with you anymore. And I feel like in your newer work, it kind of shows because the writing style is different. So that don't make sense for Papoose to have said he wrote Remy's biggest hits, but then write a hit for yourself. You diss 50 Cent. He didn't even respond, right? So if you're claiming, it's like Jay-Z said, I heard saying they made Hove. Make Hove say, okay, so make another Hove. If you claim that you're Remy's pen and pretty much indirectly you're the reason why Remy had popular songs like Conceited, then how come she's getting radio spins? She's getting people like Jamie Foxx who shared her song. Let's add that in there, right? But no, Jamie Foxx ain't sharing Papooses songs. So that's not making sense to me. How are you her pen, but then you're no longer with her and she's still getting love from being a rapper? Right? Right here, this is Jamie Foxx. Boom. Remy Ma doing her verse. Jamie Foxx got 17 million people that follow him. He said it's a vibe. French Montana, Remy Ma. And then Fat Joe liked it, and then Remy Ma's right there. So, if anything, why is Papoose also not doing a song with his current girlfriend if he cares so much? If what Remy said, he's using her and all that, is not true, and Claressa's an artist, and you love her to the point where you want to have a baby with her, how come you got your wife name tatted on you? Claressa got your name tatted on her person's, but Papoose don't got a tattoo of Claressa Shields. He did songs with Remy Ma. They have songs together. They did a show together. But Claressa, her show fell apart. How come? So where's Papoose? When he was with Remy Ma, it looked authentic. It looked genuine, right? And again, he did songs with her. If he really believes in Claressa and that's his girl, that's his world, why won't he do a song with Claressa Shields and put that out? Why won't he put his name to that? We know the reason. We know the reason. I don't think he respects her as an artist. He respected Remy Ma. I think he was in love with Remy Ma, and he also respected her pen and her ability as an MC, right? Remy Ma was on Drink Champs saying he put himself in his own top 5. And he was judging her top 5 harshly, right? So if you're going to judge her names, if you're going to judge the people she like she said DMX and these people, blah, blah, blah. If you're going to judge that harshly, then what do you think about Claressa Shields as an artist? Tell Papoose to take a lie detector test and tell us that he likes, Papoose really likes the way Claressa sings and raps. I said I wrote this song for you. I don't believe it. You let me know if you believe it, but I don't believe it. So many L's. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Hype this video up. We unpack.